The positivity around Xbox seems to not stop, especially since E3 has come and gone. Xbox executives and developers from studios seem to be very confident in their ability to make Xbox a great platform for people to play on. My last video we talked about how Xbox is a first-class console and that the Scarlett will be a special citizen type of console for the people that want the absolute best performance from their console. And to me, I was thinking that would be the only thing we'd have to talk about this week in regards to Xbox news. But boy was I wrong. We have so many other tidbits from the top executives of Xbox. Phil Spencer himself responded to a question on Twitter that got people extremely excited. So I can't wait to go into that tweet with you and give you some examples of what he's talking about. But that's not all. Matt Booty, the person that basically runs the entire first-party division of Xbox, has an interview where he discusses what all these new additions to the platform brings to the games. Not just in technology, but in the investment that Microsoft will see in gaming. These responses and interviews have a lot of weight behind them because they come directly from the people that run Xbox. And what they say seems to be a far better reaction in regards to the games, services, and future of Xbox. Especially with all the negative news coming around, it's great to hear exactly what's happening from the people that actually work at the company. The things I'm about to tell you in this video aren't all my opinion. It's coming from people that are part of the industry. So let's get into exactly what was said by both of these Xbox executives. But before I do, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is what Phil Spencer said on Twitter, because to me, the most important aspect of our Xbox is the games attached to them. And with the never before seen investment in studios, it's awesome to see that Xbox is taking this aspect of their ecosystem seriously. And Xbox already has the best multiplayer and co-op games in the industry as we speak, at least in my personal opinion. No other company to me even comes close to the co-op experiences that Gears, Halo, and even Sea of Thieves brings to the gaming industry. But we all know that Xbox lacks in one very important genre, and that's single-player driven action adventure games. Or more simply put, story-driven games that really makes you have an emotional reaction or investment in a character. I would say the last time we had a connection with a main character in regards to an Xbox game would be Gears of War for me with Marcus and Dom. And some people on Twitter are starting to see the side effects of not having these types of games in the Xbox first party side of things. And someone directly asked Phil Spencer if they will have single player games coming to the Xbox console in the next couple of years. And to many people's surprise, Phil Spencer responded by saying this: "Yes, I can confirm. With the additions to Xbox Game Studios, we have a lot of teams that have built strong single-player focused games, and we want that to continue." There you have it, people. Phil Spencer himself has confirmed that they have multiple teams working on strong single-player focused games. But not only that, he wants to continue into the future when it comes to providing great content to the Xbox platform. And the biggest piece of that is that he talks about the additions to the Xbox Game Studios as an answer to this question. Instead of saying we have some of the older studios expanding or making something else, he mentions the new studios that will be handling the single player aspect of the Xbox games library. And I wanted to really dissect which studio he's talking about when it comes to those single player games. The first one is obviously Ninja Theory, because they have such a strong history when it comes to single player games. And if you remember at E3 this year when they announced Bleeding Edge, the people on stage had announced that Ninja Theory is working on multiple games and not only Bleeding Edge. Now, we already know that Bleeding Edge started with only 8 people on the project and then progressed to about 30 when Microsoft acquired them. So there's about another 130 other developers on staff working on another game. And if you paid attention to interview, the lead creator on Bleeding Edge said that she loves multiplayer games, but the other lead designer loves single player games. So that all but hints the other game that Ninja Theory is working on is going to be single player game. And if Hellblade is an indication of the quality they can provide on a tight budget, I can't even imagine what they bring to us with Microsoft backing them. Next up is Obsidian Entertainment, who's about to release The Outer Worlds this October. Now, this giant studio has already confirmed that they are just closing out The Outer Worlds and are already working on their next game. And to me, they're one of the best studios that Xbox has acquired because they make highly rated games that focus around story. Not to mention they make expansive worlds that everyone can get immersed in. And from what we've seen of The Outer Worlds, we already know they make very high quality games. Not to mention they have almost 200 people on staff and have made huge AAA single player games before. So they're a very proven studio that will shine even brighter with Microsoft backing them. Then we have In Exile, who's a smaller studio, but again, they create these massive RPG games that you can sink so many hours into. And I know their games aren't for everyone because they really do focus on the more traditional RPG game types. But to me, I truly love playing those types of games because it's almost a nostalgic factor for me. Because I remember playing those old school types of games when I was a lot younger. But from what I've seen about Wasteland 3 and hearing about their other projects in the works, I have to say they have some awesome games in store for us. Will they be for everyone? Of course not, and that goes for every game out there. But all I know is that they will provide a huge expansive game for us to play. The next one is The Initiative, which to me is the biggest unknown studio out there because they've hired some of the best talent in the industry, and they've hired people that have primarily worked on third-person action-adventure games. And those types of games are probably the biggest hole that Xbox has in their games library. So of course that would make The Initiative the biggest unknown factor for all gamers because they want to know what they're making. Even with nothing being announced, I still think they're making a huge budgeted game that will rival other third-person action-adventure games, much like Uncharted, Last of Us, God of War, things like that. I think this is the big studio that will really go for those single-player driven, story-driven games that people really want from the Xbox platform. Now, of course, we still have Playground Games and Compulsion Games. We already know the worst kept secret in gaming, which is Playground Games' second team probably making the next Fable game. And I've beaten that topic to the ground, and so have others, so I kind of didn't want to really mention them, but again, that's a big single-player open-world game, which is Fable. And for Compulsion Games, we have no idea what they're making, but if We Happy Few is any indication of what they can make, then we know they're focusing on story-driven single-player games that people could sink their teeth into. And of course, there's still Halo and Gears and all the other franchises that have a whole single-player campaign attached to them along with their multiplayer. It just seems like there's so much content on Xbox and so many games that people can choose from. You don't have to just choose 1, 2, or 3. You could choose all of them and see what best fits what you want. So when I look at all this, it really does paint a very positive picture when it comes to the Xbox Game Studios and what they're working on. We already know they have the multiplayer aspect of games down pat and solidified, but it seems they're investing a lot of money into single player games so they can have that aspect of gaming down pat also. It's really awesome to see. And this ties directly into Matt Booty in his interview he had with Game Informer, where he discusses what their future plans are for their studios, but also what xCloud and expanding the Xbox brand means for the first party games. He was asked about Psychonauts and if there's another sequel after this, will they put it on all platforms? Matt said it's not smart to take Minecraft and other franchises off other platforms because they're already established on those platforms. But it really depends on the type of franchise they're talking about. But he did explain that having games on PC and xCloud does make investing in gaming that much more easier because they're able to reach a much wider base of gamers instead of being closed off into just a console gamer. So instead of xCloud and having games coming to PC killing the Xbox platform, it seems that it's far more profitable and easier for the investors to see the potential of gaming, which if you look at it in a strictly business standpoint makes a lot of sense. But he does say that a lot of the studios are working on multiple projects and talks about Ninja Theory and Obsidian Entertainment are working on multiple projects and they don't have to do any more contract work to keep the lights on because they're able to be funded by Microsoft. He even brought up State of Decay 3 and how the next one is very important to them and they're trying to make it a AAA game and help Undead Labs get to that point. The whole interview was very informative and really showed the investment that Xbox has put into gaming, and that the Xbox Game Studios are very important to them and they want to provide so many games to the Xbox gamers, especially in regards to Xbox Game Pass and giving people a reason to have Game Pass every single month no matter what. And to me, that's what it's all about when it comes to these interviews and these statements brought up by Xbox executives. It's about bringing the best possible games to the Xbox gamer, but it's really revolved around Game Pass and always having some sort of game in there every month that will keep people subscribed to the service. Now, I know a lot of people will put that down and make fun of it, but to me, it's awesome to know that they want to provide so many games to me as an Xbox gamer. And not only AA games, but huge AAA games like Gears, Halo, Forza, and even Sea of Thieves, and a bunch of big games that I really enjoy playing. and it sounds like they're very happy with the numbers attached to Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass, but they understand the empty zones of genres in their game library, which is single player games. And it's great to see they want to fix that part of their library with the recent acquisitions. Either way, the next couple of years is going to be awesome for Xbox gamers, and I can't wait to see the new and old characters they bring to the platform. But enough about what I think. Tell me what you think about this. Did Phil Spencer's statement make you excited for the platform? Is what Phil Spencer said really all that surprising? Is Xbox going to get these single player games out anytime soon? What franchise or game would you love to see these new studios make, old or new? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. Any support helps the channel out more than you know. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my videos. Also, follow me on Mixer. The link will be in the description. I recently started streaming on Mixer because I find the community a lot more engaging and fun. So if you want to hang out with me and chat with me, I'm very active with my chat and always playing games. I'll hope to see you guys there. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.